Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Speakeasy English Podcast. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Courage. And oh my goodness, are we excited for today's episode?
We really are. Courage, before we dive in, we have to say this. If you're listening to us right now and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for?
Seriously, hit that subscribe button. It helps us so much, and you'll never miss an episode. And if you're feeling extra generous today,
Which we know you are because you have great taste in podcasts.
exactly, give us a like, leave a comment, and share this episode with anyone who's learning English. Your friend, your cousin, your neighbor, that person you met at the coffee shop who said they wanted to improve their English.
Send it to all of them. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, drumroll sound, today's topic.
How to speak English fluently and confidently.
This is the question we get asked the most, right, Courage?
Oh, absolutely. Every single day, someone messages us asking, how can I speak more fluently? Or, I understand English, but I can't speak it. Or, my personal favorite,
Which one?
I know the grammar, I know the vocabulary, but when I open my mouth, nothing comes out.
Oh, yes, we've all been there. And you know what? That's completely normal. Learning to speak a language is different from understanding it.
So different. It's like, okay, imagine you're learning to ride a bike. You can read all the books about riding a bike, watch all the YouTube videos, understand the theory perfectly.
But until you actually get on that bike and start pedaling,
You're gonna wobble, you might fall, and that's okay.
that's such a good analogy. So today, we're going to give you practical, actionable tips that work for learners at every level. Whether you're just starting out at A1 or you're already at B2 or C1 and want to polish your skills.
We've got something for everyone.
And we're going to keep it real. No complicated linguistic jargon, no boring textbook advice.
Just two friends sharing what actually works.
Exactly. So grab your coffee, your tea, your water, whatever you're drinking.
Get comfortable, and let's dive in.
Okay, so first things first, courage. What do you think fluency actually means?
Ooh, great question. I think a lot of learners have the wrong idea about fluency.
They definitely do. They think fluency means speaking perfectly, with no mistakes, sounding exactly like a native speaker.
With a perfect accent, never pausing, always knowing every single word.
Right, and that's just not realistic. Even native speakers don't speak that way.
Exactly. I make mistakes in my native language all the time.
Me too. I forget words, I say and I sometimes have to rephrase what I'm saying.
So let's clear this up right now. Fluency is not about perfection.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Fluency is not about perfection.
Love it. Okay, so if fluency isn't perfection, what is it?
Fluency is about being able to communicate your ideas smoothly and naturally, even if you make mistakes.
Yes, it's about keeping the conversation going. It's about being understood. It's about expressing yourself without stopping every 3 seconds to think about grammar rules.
Exactly. Think about it this way. Which person sounds more fluent? Person A, who speaks with a few grammar mistakes but keeps talking naturally and gets their point across, or person B, who stops after every word to make sure their grammar is perfect?
Definitely person A. Person A sounds confident, they sound natural, even if they say, I go to the store yesterday instead of I went to the store yesterday.
Right. The mistake doesn't stop communication. We still understand what they mean.
And here's the thing, confidence and fluency are so connected.
Oh, completely. You can't really have one without the other.
If you're confident, you're more willing to speak even if you make mistakes, and the more you speak,
The more fluent you become.
it's a beautiful cycle.
But if you're focused on being perfect, you become too afraid to speak, which means you don't practice, which means you don't improve.
Which makes you less confident.
And it's a terrible cycle going in the wrong direction.
So lesson number 1, everyone listening, let go of perfection, embrace mistakes. They're proof that you're trying, you're learning, you're growing.
I love that. Mistakes are proof that you're growing.
Absolutely. And you know what else?
What?
Native speakers will find your mistakes charming. Seriously, when someone is making an effort to speak English, even with mistakes, most people think it's wonderful.
Oh, totally. I always admire anyone who's learning a new language. It takes courage.
It takes courage. See what I did there?
Oh, no, not the name puns again.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
All right. So now that we've established that fluency isn't about perfection, let's talk about confidence, because that's really where everything starts.
Absolutely. If you don't believe you can speak English, you won't. Your mindset is everything.
So true. Vanessa, what would you say is the first step to building confidence?
I think it's changing your self-talk.
Oh, yes, the stories we tell ourselves.
Exactly. If you keep saying, I'm terrible at English, or I'll never be fluent, or my accent is too strong,
Then guess what? You're programming yourself for failure.
it's like you're building a mental block before you even open your mouth.
So what should people say instead?
Positive affirmations, things like, I'm improving every day, I can communicate in English, every conversation makes me better.
I am brave enough to make mistakes.
Ooh, I love that one.
You know, I read somewhere that your brain actually can't tell the difference between what's real and what you repeatedly tell yourself.
Really?
Yeah, so if you keep telling yourself positive things, your brain starts to believe it, and then you start acting in ways that make it true.
That's powerful. So, tip number 1 for confidence, change your self-talk. Be your own cheerleader.
Absolutely. Now here's tip number 2, and this one might sound counterintuitive.
Ooh, I love counterintuitive tips.
Laughs, start speaking before you feel ready.
Yes, this is so important.
So many learners say, I'll start speaking when my grammar is perfect, or I'll start speaking when I know more vocabulary.
But the truth is, you'll never feel completely ready.
Never. There's always going to be more grammar to learn, more vocabulary to memorize.
So you have to just jump in, even if it's scary, even if you feel awkward.
Just start. Speak with yourself. Speak with a friend. Speak with your cat.
Your cat might not respond, but hey, they're a good listener.
Exactly. The point is you have to practice speaking to get good at speaking. There's no way around it.
It's like learning to swim. You can't learn to swim by standing on the side of the pool reading about swimming,
You've got to get in the water.
even if you splash around a bit at first.
Okay, tip number 3 for building confidence, celebrate small wins.
Oh, this is so important. We often focus so much on what we can't do that we forget to celebrate what we can do.
Right. Did you have a conversation in English today, even if it was just ordering coffee?
Celebrate it.
Did you understand a TV show without subtitles?
Celebrate it.
Did you learn a new phrase?
Celebrate it.
Every small win is progress, and progress builds confidence.
Absolutely. And here's another tip. Surround yourself with supportive people.
Oh yes, this is huge.
If you're around people who criticize your English or make you feel bad about your mistakes, run. Okay, maybe not literally run, but seriously, find people who encourage you.
Join English learning communities online. Find language exchange partners who are patient and kind.
Connect with other learners who are on the same journey.
Because when you're surrounded by supportive people, you feel safer to make mistakes, which means you'll practice more, which means you'll improve faster.
Exactly. And one more thing about confidence, this is really important, everyone.
What is it?
Remember that everyone, and I mean everyone, feels nervous speaking a new language at first.
Even people who seem super confident?
Even them, they just learn to push through the nervousness.
That's such a good point. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite the fear.
Yes, perfect way to put it. You might always feel a little nervous speaking English, especially with native speakers, and that's totally normal.
The key is not to let that nervousness stop you.
Exactly. Feel the fear and speak anyway.
I love it.
Okay, so we've talked about mindset and confidence. Now let's get into the practical stuff, the techniques and strategies that will actually help you speak more fluently.
Yes, this is the good stuff. All right, let's start with technique number 1, and this is one of my favorites.
What is it?
Shadowing.
Oh, yes, shadowing is amazing.
For those who don't know, shadowing is when you listen to English audio. Could be a podcast like this one, a YouTube video, a TV show, anything.
And you repeat what you hear, almost simultaneously, like you're their shadow.
Exactly. You're trying to match their rhythm, their intonation, their pronunciation.
Their speed.
Yes, and this technique is incredible because it trains your mouth muscles to move in English patterns.
Right, because speaking English requires different mouth movements than speaking other languages.
Exactly. Your tongue position, your jaw movement, everything is different.
So by shadowing, you're literally training your mouth to feel comfortable making English sounds.
And you're also training your ear. You start to notice the natural rhythm of English, the way words connect together.
The stress patterns, the intonation.
All of it. And here's the best part. You can do this at any level.
Absolutely. If you're a beginner, start with slower content, maybe children's shows or beginner podcasts.
If you're intermediate, try normal speed podcasts, TV shows, TED Talks.
And if you're advanced, challenge yourself with fast-paced content, debates, news broadcasts.
The key is to do it regularly. Even just 10 minutes a day will make a huge difference.
Okay, technique number 2, think in English.
Oh, this is a game changer.
It really is. So many learners think in their native language first, then translate to English.
And that makes speaking so slow and exhausting.
Right, because you're doing double the work. You're thinking of what you want to say, translating it, then saying it.
And by the time you've translated, the conversation has moved on.
So true. So the solution is to start thinking directly in English.
But Vanessa, I know some people are listening thinking, how do I do that? I don't know enough English to think in English.
Great question. You start small. You don't have to think complex thoughts in English right away.
Exactly. Start with simple things. When you wake up in the morning, think, I'm tired, I need coffee.
Very relatable.
When you're cooking, think, I'm cutting vegetables, I'm boiling water.
When you're walking, think, the weather is nice. I see a dog.
Just narrate your life in simple English.
And as your vocabulary grows, your thoughts will naturally become more complex.
Exactly. Before you know it, you'll be thinking full conversations in English.
And that's when speaking becomes so much easier and faster.
Okay, next tip, and before we continue, hey everyone listening.
Oh, are we doing this now?
Yes, if you're enjoying this episode, do us a huge favor.
Share it with someone. Post it on your Instagram story. Send it in your WhatsApp group chat.
Tell your English learning friends about the Speak Easy English podcast.
Tell your English learning friends about the Speak Easy English podcast.
It literally takes 2 seconds and it helps us keep making content for you.
All right, back to the tips.
Okay, so technique number 3, learn chunks and phrases, not just individual words.
Yes, this is so important.
So instead of learning words in isolation, learn how they're actually used in sentences.
For example, don't just learn the word take, learn take care, take a break, take off, take over.
Take it easy, take a look, take your time.
See how many different meanings take has depending on the phrase?
Exactly. And when you learn phrases as chunks, they come out more naturally when you speak.
You're not constructing sentences word by word, you're pulling out ready-made chunks.
Which makes you sound more fluent.
So how do you practice this?
Keep a phrase journal. Whenever you hear a useful phrase in a movie, podcast, conversation, write it down.
And then practice using it. Make your own sentences with that phrase.
Yes, don't just collect phrases, actually use them.
Okay, next tip, and this one is specifically for building speaking stamina.
Ooh, what is it?
Record yourself speaking for longer periods.
Like recording a video diary?
Exactly. Set a timer for 2 minutes, choose a topic, and just talk.
And don't stop, even if you make mistakes, even if you forget a word.
Keep going. Find another way to say it. Use a simpler word. Describe what you mean.
This trains you to keep speaking even when you don't know the perfect word.
Which is such an important skill for real conversations.
And you can do this at any level. Beginners, talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Intermediate, go for 3 to 5 minutes. Advanced, challenge yourself with 10 minutes.
And here's a bonus. When you listen back to your recordings, you'll hear your own mistakes.
Which means you can learn from them.
Exactly. You become your own teacher.
Okay, here's another technique. And before we continue, hey everyone listening.
Oh, are we doing this now?
Yes, if you're enjoying this episode, do us a huge favor.
Share it with someone. Post it on your Instagram story. Send it in your WhatsApp group chat.
Tell your English learning friends about the Speak Easy English podcast.
Tell your English learning friends about the Speak Easy English podcast.
It literally takes 2 seconds and it helps us keep making content for you.
All right, back to the tips.
Okay, so technique number 3, learn chunks and phrases, not just individual words.
Yes, this is so important.
So instead of learning words in isolation, learn how they're actually used in sentences.
For example, don't just learn the word take, learn take care, take a break, take off, take over.
Take it easy, take a look, take your time.
See how many different meanings take has depending on the phrase?
Exactly, and when you learn phrases as chunks, they come out more naturally when you speak.
You're not constructing sentences word by word, you're pulling out ready-made chunks.
Which makes you sound more fluent.
So how do you practice this?
Keep a phrase journal. Whenever you hear a useful phrase in a movie, podcast, conversation, write it down.
And then practice using it. Make your own sentences with that phrase.
Yes, don't just collect phrases, actually use them.
Okay, next tip. And this one is specifically for building speaking stamina.
Ooh, what is it?
Record yourself speaking for longer periods.
Like recording a video diary?
Exactly. Set a timer for 2 minutes, choose a topic, and just talk.
And don't stop, even if you make mistakes, even if you forget a word.
Keep going. Find another way to say it. Use a simpler word. Describe what you mean.
This trains you to keep speaking even when you don't know the perfect word.
Which is such an important skill for real conversations.
And you can do this at any level. Beginners, talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Intermediate, go for 3 to 5 minutes. Advanced, challenge yourself with 10 minutes.
And here's a bonus. When you listen back to your recordings, you'll hear your own mistakes.
Which means you can learn from them.
Exactly. You become your own teacher.
Okay, here's another technique, and this one is specifically about pronunciation.
Oh, good. We need to talk about pronunciation.
So, a lot of learners worry about having an accent.
And we need to say this clearly. Having an accent is totally fine.
Absolutely. Everyone has an accent. American English sounds different from British English, which sounds different from Australian English.
And they're all valid.
Exactly. The goal is not to eliminate your accent. The goal is to be clear and understood.
Yes, so focus on sounds that might confuse listeners.
For example, the difference between ship and sheep,
Or bad and bed.
or think and sink.
These are the sounds to practice because if you mix them up, it might change your meaning.
Right, but if you say water a little differently than a native speaker, that's totally fine.
As long as people understand you, you're doing great.
And here's a tip for pronunciation practice. Use the mirror technique.
Ooh, what's that?
Stand in front of a mirror and watch your mouth as you practice difficult sounds.
Oh, I love this. You can see what shape your mouth is making.
Exactly, and you can compare it to videos of native speakers saying the same sound.
That's such a visual way to learn. I love it. Okay, so we've given a lot of practical techniques, but let's talk about something that stops a lot of people from even trying these techniques.
Fear?
Exactly. Fear. The mental blocks that keep people from speaking.
Oh, yeah, this is so real. What's the number one fear you hear from learners?
I think I'm afraid people will judge me for my mistakes.
Yes, that's huge. And you know what? It's completely understandable.
It is. Nobody wants to feel judged or embarrassed.
But here's the reality check. Most people are not judging you.
They're really not. Most people are either impressed that you're speaking another language,
Or they're too focused on what they're going to say next to worry about your mistakes.
That's so true. People are usually thinking about themselves, not analyzing your grammar.
Exactly. And if someone does judge you for trying to speak English,
That says more about them than about you.
right, that person has a problem, not you.
So, tip number 1 for overcoming this fear, remember that kind people outnumber judgmental people.
Absolutely. Most people will be patient and encouraging.
Okay, here's another common fear. I'll forget words in the middle of speaking and look stupid.
Oh, this happens to everyone, even native speakers.
All the time. I can't tell you how many times I've said, what's the word for, the thing, the thingy?
The thingy, I love it.
Right? So if native speakers forget words, why should learners feel bad about it?
Exactly. So here's what you do when you forget a word. Describe it.
Yes. If you forget the word refrigerator, say the big box in the kitchen where we keep food cold.
People will understand, and they might even help you by saying, "Oh, you mean the refrigerator."
Exactly. And then you say, yes, thank you, the refrigerator.
And boom, you just learned or remembered a word through conversation.
See? Forgetting words can actually be a learning opportunity.
I love reframing it that way.
Okay, here's another fear. I'm afraid I won't understand what the other person says, and I'll have to keep asking them to repeat.
Okay, first of all, asking someone to repeat is totally okay.
Completely okay. Native speakers do it all the time.
Right. Sometimes people mumble, or there's background noise, or you just didn't catch what they said.
It happens to everyone.
So you can say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "Could you say that again, please?" Or, "I didn't quite catch that."
All perfectly normal phrases that native speakers use.
And here's another strategy. If you didn't understand, you can repeat what you think they said and ask if that's correct.
Ooh, like, did you say you're going to the store tomorrow?
Exactly. This way they can confirm or correct you.
That's a great strategy.
And honestly, most people will be happy to repeat or rephrase. They want to communicate with you.
Right. Communication is a two-way street. It's not all on you.
Exactly. The other person is responsible for being clear too.
Okay, here's a big fear. I'm afraid to speak with native speakers because they talk too fast.
Ah, yes, this is a common one.
And it's valid. Native speakers do often talk fast.
But here's the thing. You can ask them to slow down.
Yes, just say, I'm learning English. Could you speak a bit more slowly, please?
Most people will be happy to slow down. They'll actually appreciate that you told them.
Exactly. It's better than pretending you understand when you don't.
Right. And here's a secret. Even native speakers sometimes have to ask other native speakers to slow down.
That's so true, especially if someone's really excited about something.
Exactly. So don't feel bad about it.
Okay, last fear to address. I'm too old to become fluent in English.
Oh no, this makes me sad when people think this.
Me too, because it's absolutely not true.
You are never too old to learn a language.
Never. Yes, children might pick up accents more easily.
But adults have advantages too.
Exactly. Adults have better study strategies, more discipline, more life experience to connect language to.
Adults can learn grammar concepts more quickly.
Right. So stop telling yourself you're too old.
There are people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s learning new languages.
And if they can do it, so can you.
Absolutely. Age is not an excuse.
It's about commitment, practice, and patience with yourself.
Yes, and that applies at any age.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of general tips, but let's get specific. Let's talk about strategies for different proficiency levels.
Great idea. Let's start with our A1 and A2 learners, the beginners.
Yes, if you're just starting out, first of all, welcome. We're so proud of you for taking this step.
Absolutely. Beginning is the hardest part.
So for beginners, tip number 1, focus on high-frequency words and phrases first.
Right. Don't try to learn every word in the dictionary.
Please don't. Learn the most common words first. Things like hello, thank you, please, excuse me.
How much? Where is? I need. I want.
These phrases will carry you through so many situations.
Exactly. And for beginners, my advice is speak simple sentences. Don't try to speak complex sentences yet.
Yes, I am hungry is better than trying to say, I find myself in a state of requiring sustenance.
Right. Keep it simple.
Simple and correct is better than complex and wrong.
Exactly. And here's another tip for beginners. Use language learning apps to practice basic conversations.
Yes, apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or HelloTalk can give you structured practice.
And they're less scary than talking to real people when you're first starting out.
Right, they're a good stepping stone.
Okay, now let's talk to our B1 and B2 learners, the intermediate folks.
Hello, intermediate learners. You're in such an exciting phase.
You really are. You have the basics down, now it's time to expand.
So for intermediate learners, tip number 1, start consuming native content.
Yes, watch TV shows, listen to podcasts, like this one, read articles.
Expose yourself to real English, not just textbook English.
This is how you learn how English is actually spoken.
Right, you learn slang, idioms, cultural references.
All the stuff that makes you sound natural.
And here's a tip specifically for intermediate learners. Practice explaining complex ideas in simple English.
Ooh, I love this exercise.
So take a complex concept, like how a computer works, or explain a movie plot.
And practice explaining it in English using words you know,
This teaches you to work around vocabulary gaps.
which is such an important skill.
Because you won't always know the exact word, but you can still communicate the idea.
Exactly. And for intermediate learners, find a language exchange partner.
Yes, this is the perfect time to start having real conversations regularly.
You can use apps like Tandem or Hello Talk to find partners.
Or join English conversation clubs in your city.
The key is consistent practice with real people.
All right, now let's talk to our C1 learners, the advanced folks.
Hello, advanced learners. Look at you go.
You're doing amazing, but we know you want to polish your skills even more.
Absolutely. So for advanced learners, it's time to focus on the nuances.
Yes, work on things like idioms, phrasal verbs, subtle differences between similar words.
Like the difference between look, see, and watch.
Or hear versus listen.
These little distinctions are what make you sound truly fluent.
And for advanced learners, I recommend practicing debate and discussion.
Yes, express opinions, agree and disagree, give arguments.
This is the highest level of language use.
Right.
That's advanced speaking.
And here's another tip for advanced learners. Work on your delivery.
Yes, at this level, it's not just what you say, but how you say it.
Work on your intonation, your emphasis, your pacing.
Practice telling stories in engaging ways.
Make your English not just correct, but captivating.
I love that. Captivating English.
And one more thing for advanced learners. Teach someone else.
Oh, that's brilliant.
When you teach English to a beginner, you solidify your own knowledge.
And you notice gaps in your understanding that you need to fill.
Exactly. Teaching is one of the best ways to learn.
Okay, so we've given you a ton of tips. Maybe you're thinking, this is all great, but where do I start?
Great question. It can be overwhelming.
So let's talk about creating a personal practice plan.
Yes, because consistency is more important than intensity.
Exactly. Practicing 15 minutes every day is better than practicing 3 hours once a week.
So much better. Your brain needs regular exposure.
So let's create a simple daily routine. Ready?
Ready. Okay, morning practice. When you wake up, spend 5 minutes thinking in English.
Just narrate your morning. I'm waking up. I'm stretching. I'm hungry. I'm going to make breakfast.
Simple, easy, and it sets your brain to English mode for the day.
Okay, then during your commute or while exercising, because we know you're multitasking.
We definitely are.
Listen to an English podcast or audiobook, 20 to 30 minutes.
And if you want, practice shadowing. Repeat what you hear.
Yes, then during lunch break, 10 minutes of active practice.
What kind of active practice?
Record yourself speaking about your morning, or describe what you're eating, or talk about your plans for the afternoon.
So you're creating speaking opportunities even when you're alone.
Exactly. Then, in the evening, wind down with some passive learning.
Watch a show in English, 30 minutes.
And here's the key: use subtitles strategically.
Oh, tell us about this.
Beginners use subtitles in your native language first to understand the story.
Then intermediate learners use English subtitles.
So you're reading and listening in English at the same time.
And advanced learners challenge yourself with no subtitles.
Or switch between English subtitles and no subtitles.
Great strategy. Okay, so that's your daily routine. Morning, commute, lunch, evening.
And that's only about an hour total throughout the day.
Spread out into small, manageable chunks.
Exactly. No one is too busy for that.
Now let's talk to weekly goals.
Yes, set one speaking goal per week.
For example, this week I will have one 10-minute conversation in English.
Or this week, I will order something in English instead of my native language.
Or this week I will join an online English conversation group.
One goal, just one. Make it specific, make it achievable.
And when you complete it, celebrate.
Yes, celebrate your wins. You're doing hard work.
Absolutely. And then monthly check-ins.
Once a month, record yourself speaking for 5 minutes on any topic.
Save these recordings.
Yes, because in 3 months, 6 months, a year, you'll listen back and be amazed at your progress.
And sometimes we need that proof to stay motivated.
Exactly, because progress can feel slow day to day, but when you compare month to month,
The difference is huge.
it really is. And one more thing about your practice plan.
What's that?
Make it fun.
Oh, yes, this is so important.
If you hate what you're doing, you won't stick with it.
Right. So if you don't like watching the news in English, don't watch the news.
Watch something you actually enjoy: comedy shows, cooking shows, sports.
Whatever interests you.
Because the best learning happens when you're having fun.
Absolutely. Learning English should not feel like torture.
No, it should feel like an adventure.
I love that. An adventure in English.
Wow, Courage, we've covered so much today.
We really have. My brain is full of English tips.
Mine too. But before we wrap up, I think we need to leave our listeners with some final encouragement.
Absolutely. Because learning English is a journey, and journeys can be hard.
They can be, but they're so worth it.
So everyone listening, wherever you are in your English journey, whether you just started yesterday or you've been learning for years,
We want you to know you're doing great.
you really are. The fact that you're listening to this podcast, that you're trying to improve,
That means you're serious, you're committed.
and that's half the battle.
You know what I think is beautiful? Every person listening to this right now is from a different country, has a different native language, has a different reason for learning English.
But you're all here, learning together.
That's the power of language. It connects us all.
It really does. And remember, fluency is not a destination, it's a journey.
Yes, you don't suddenly arrive at fluent and then you're done.
Even native speakers are always learning new words, new phrases.
Language is alive. It's always changing, always growing.
So give yourself permission to be a lifelong learner
Yes, and give yourself permission to make mistakes.
and to have bad days.
Some days you'll feel like you're making progress, and some days you'll feel like you've forgotten everything.
That's so true. Those days are the worst.
But they're normal. They happen to everyone.
So on those bad days, be kind to yourself.
Take a break if you need to. Rest is part of learning.
Exactly. And then come back refreshed.
And one more thing, find your why.
Oh, yes. Why are you learning English?
Maybe it's for a job or for travel or to watch movies without subtitles.
Or to make international friends, or to study abroad.
Whatever your reason is, remember it. Write it down.
Yes, put it somewhere you can see it.
Because on hard days when you want to give up, that why will keep you going.
It will remind you why this journey matters.
Exactly. Your why is your fuel.
I love that. Okay, Vanessa, I think it's time for our final reminder.
Oh, yes. Everyone, if this episode helped you, if you learned something valuable today,
Please, please, please share it.
share it with a friend, share it on social media, leave us a review.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
We release new episodes every week, and we have so many more topics to cover.
We want to be part of your English learning journey.
So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we'll see you next week.
Well, not see you because this is audio, but you know what we mean.
You'll hear us next week.
Exactly.
All right, beautiful people, that's all for today.
Remember, you're braver than you think, smarter than you believe, and more capable than you imagine.
Keep speaking, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself.
This is Courage
And Vanessa.
from the Speakeasy English Podcast. See you next time.